Hello everyone, and welcome to the Midday Racing League. We are here for round 3 of the truck series here at Iowa Speedway. And this is going to be an interesting one. It's my first time actually seeing a race at this track. Take a look at some of the information that we... So we are in Newton, Iowa. Track temperature apparently 107 degrees Fahrenheit with the weather being 78. I'm not so sure about that one. That seems a little bit high. But we will... How the action is based on that. And it's going to be a 120 lap race today, as we are sort of a mid-length each track. This is the number 9 of Mike Jamieson, who is currently top of the pile. With a 23.70. He's looking to improve on that lap time as he comes across the line. It's just about better, 23.68. Mike Hamlin coming through here with a 23.69. So close. Just that little bit slower in the second portion of the track. Look now at Christian Rose. A round for second lap, actually. 23.77 is going to put him in 4th position. And 2 more cars to set time. So the time is Chris Otto, but Justin Rodden. Oh, truck, that's not gonna help you. Just getting a bit early on the power. A bit too eager there. Fortunately, not going to be able to set his second time, but first time 23.72 to put him to 3rd position. Don Day stopping the truck after his 2 lap season 9th. The 11 drivers that we currently have running at the moment. So we're just waiting here until qualifying ends. As it stands, I don't think Otto is going to get a lap. Mike Jameson and Mike on row number 1, with Justin Rodden and Rick Helms row 2, Christian Rose and Chris Papa row 3. Row 4 is going to be Dave Hunt and Daniel Pearson, with row 5 being John Day, Evan Ethel. If Chris Otto is here, then he will be starting a shotgun on in row number 6. Here we go. see we have now finished up. That changed laps. And just get a confirmation of the grid order. It is exactly as explained earlier. Entirely Mike row 1 and entirely Chris row 3. The 11 trucks turning out here today at Iowa for the 120 lap race. With a 24-second lap time and some pretty good driving going to be on display here today. Not going to be all that long of a race, to be honest. It's going to go by about just as quick as it's going to start. And start it will do soon. Just 2 laps. Pull themselves out. There's this fairly small field, so not going to take long. So Chris Otto. Yeah, he is driving around, but he is currently our points leader on 91 points, then like Hamlin on 87, Evan Ethel on 86. Justin Robin is on 79, Chris couldn't make it last week. So, 7th, Dave Hunt and Chris Papa are sitting 5th and 6th. This truck has come off and we are green here at Iowa for 120 laps, round 3 of the Midday Racing League Truck Series. But the 53 getting the better traction and able to wrestle that position well. Currently sitting in 6th, going to have some pressure from Chris Papa in 13 behind him. Mike Jamieson has stayed in the lead, but Mike Hamlin has dropped a position to Justin Rodden, who has swapped himself over to 2nd place. Now we see Chris Papa trying to move here on Rick Helms. See whether that hard inside lane is going to work for him. He's not going to get any traction off the turn. So he's having to slot in behind Daniel Pearson. That's one position back from where he started the move. So staying mid at the moment during the turn seems to want to play this. take a look back once again up at our leaders. Justin Rodden putting on a decent amount of pressure to run in the lead. As I move away, once again, that's as soon as something starts happening. Watching back, Rick Helms on the outside, Daniel Pearson on the inside. He's trying to get that done, but that inside lane's not been looking strong, as you don't get the same traction as you do when you're further up the track. 13 lanes to roll a bit deeper as well. Interesting to see how these different ones work on tyres as well. I would imagine sticking further out is going to be easier for the tyre to deal with. Seeing the back and fourth on the screen with first and second right in front of them. Actually catching up very nicely now. There was a small gap going forward between first and second and then third and fourth, but that gap seems to have deteriorated a bit now. As we do now have a full 4-car pack for the lead. Look here, we've got a bit of battling going on at the back of this piece. The 10th and 11th position, Evan Ethel and Chris Otto going side by side. Both drivers are now again where they started this race, so maybe not quite yet showing as much pace as the guys up at the front, but maybe they know a thing or two about tyre wear here. Reckoning if they go a little bit slower in this first stint is going to help them through the second, but we will see that unfold over the race. As the lead group stays fairly unchanged from when we last saw, apart from slightly larger gaps emerging. The biggest mover at the moment is Dave Hunt in the 53. He's sitting in 4th position, started in 7th, so he's up 3. Let's take a look here. Chris Papa holds 8th, but Dom Day wants it. Side by side across the start-finish line, and the number 8 Toyota able to wrestle the position away from the 13. Looks like he may be struggling for tyre wear a little bit more than the rest of these guys, as he does have a hit of the wall we just saw towards the back of shot. That right side's not going to be feeling particularly happy. Here we go, Daniel Pearson trying to move down the inside of Rick Helms once again. Saw this a little bit earlier on, maybe about 10 laps ago, and Rick Helms was able to hold it around the outside of the 21 and is able to do so this time as well. So that 75 proving to be pretty tricky to pass here, but that 21 is getting ever closer. Now he's going to try and hold that middle lane, and it still is not working for him. Trying the inside once again here through 1 and 2. But just not alongside enough to make a proper difference. I think he's trying to get a good run through 3 and 4 to make the move, but it is proving very difficult for him to pass the 75 Chevy. While we've been watching this, it's been staying much the same up towards the front as well, though Justin Rodden has got noticeably closer to our leader, Mike Jamieson. So he may be looking to build some momentum and get a move done somewhere. If we can learn anything from what we've seen, it's not looking like the easiest to pass here at the moment. But here he goes down the inside for the lead. 0-1 on the 9. 9's going to have the run off the turn though, so coming into turn 3. Round through to 4, who's going to get it? They're fairly even through the turn. Looking like there's a bit more banking on that outside. So able to carry a bit more speed. And it looks like the 9 is just able to fend off Justin Rodden in the 0-1 here. It was initially looking like a very good pass. But some great defending, able to keep Robin back. In this group we may have some defending and attacking from the same people. They're all so close to each other. Who knows what's going to happen here? But one thing I do know is that yellow and pink 75 machine has been an absolute rock when it's come to keeping his position. It's been proving to be very difficult to pass. We'll see if he can make a pass as Christian Rose gets very loose coming off of 4. That going to allow Helms around his outside. It may do so. Is he going to have the momentum off the turn? Yep, he's got the run, and now Rose has to try and defend the 21 of Daniel Pearson. But as we've been seeing, that top lane, especially now that their tyres are going to start screaming at them fairly soon. Your only lane is the top lane if you want to make a pass. Here's Daniel Pearson trying to come and prove me wrong once again. But just not able to get alongside. And back up to our leaders now, who have made quite a nice gap here, 1.5 seconds back from themselves to 3rd place Mike Hamlin. Pulling away slightly, and I wonder when we're going to start thinking about pit stops here. I don't know what the best strategy is going to be. Are we going to be seeing undercuts, or are we going to be seeing... Well, actually no, I think we're going to be seeing undercuts with the pace drop-off from tyres so far sitting at, I'd say, around 1.2 to 1.4 seconds a lap for most drivers. Unfortunately, Chris Papa not faring so well on the tyre front by the looks of things. Let's have a look back at this group, and I said it was going to be a fairly short and sweet race. We're a third of the way through here. Lap 40, once Jameson crosses the line onto lap 41, that is 1/3 race distance completed here, and we're sitting Mike Jameson up at the front, Justin Rodden in 2nd place. Mike Hamlin, Dave Hunt and Rick Helms make up the rest of your top 5. And Daniel Pearson, Christian Rose, Chris Otto, Don Day, and Evan Ethel. I say that Ethel's just gone up to 9th place, and Day has gone down to 10th, and Chris Papa is in the pits. I don't think that number 8 is having too much fun on the tyres either. And he also decides to bring it pit side. Chris Papa has made that decision as well. He comes in, stops at his box. Assuming we're going to be looking at all 4 tyres here. We are, and off he goes, seemingly without a hitch. Again, looking at our two leaders here, number 9 and the 01. Just passing Don Day, who's coming out of the pits. Seems like he had some damage to repair as well. He was in the pit road for 36 seconds. Ooh, the number 9 hard into the outside wall. That's going to allow Justin Rodden straight through here for the lead. Well, Jamieson's probably going to try and push to get that lead back, but pushing too hard on these worn tyres is what mainly causes you to run out into that outside wall, so it's an interesting game to play here. Another interesting game to play is the pit strategy. I'm not sure how much fuel these guys are going to have left, but if they can make it to lap 60, then that's going to be the halfway point. Obviously then doing one stop. Chris Papa and Don Day both pitted around lap 40, so they're committing to 2 stops. Next one you would assume is going to be around lap 80. Obviously this means you're going to have fresher tyres for longer, but they spend more time in the pit lane and they spend more time stopped. Chris Papa's total time in the pit lane was 48.5 seconds, and it put him, I'd say, just under 2 laps behind where he originally was. At the 75 truck in 5th place. Firmly proven himself as a defender today. Now he is also looking on the attack. So the 13 just behind him is Chris Papa, who has already pit. That's a 3 wide moment there temporarily. So I would firmly expect Chris Papa to get through, as he has the fresher tyres and is just unlapping himself, so no point putting up too much of a fight there. 75 will be hoping he can just sort of use the 13's lines a little bit, maybe a bit of draft to try and catch up, but that's not gonna work out all too well. And I think that at this point in time we are running a near guarantee of being able to run a 1 stop for most of these guys. So only coming into the pit lane once, having worse tyres for longer, but then at the same time being stopped for less amount of time. Chris Papa doing the exact opposite, as is Don Day. Papa being a lap ahead of Day due to repairs being done on the number 8 truck. We will see what happens when these drivers come into the pits, when the rest of them make their first stop. but I wouldn't be too surprised to see the number 13 coming out into the lead. And then you'll have the rest of the field on their new tyres coming through. Be on pretty much exact opposite pits. Daniel Pearson here now having to try his hand at some defending. But Christian Rose in the 14 truck behind him. Naturally, with these tyres probably nearly at carcass now with the amount of pressure that has been on them, they're not going to be feeling too sharp. And these trucks are not going to be the most stable things that you have seen. Christian Rose able to get alongside on the inside. Oh, there's contact between the two of them. 14 spinning the 21, and that's going to cause a caution. Oh, that's a rejoin. Right, let's take a look back here. So first of all, we're going to see 14 and 21 making contact. 38 coming around corner. Does slow, but I'm not sure exactly whether he could have done anything. We've put a little camera in his helmet, and yeah, no, there was nothing that the 38 could have done about that. And that's going to keep the 21 in the pits for a fairly long time, and there's smoke coming out of that 38, so the radiator not happy. He's going to have to stay for a pretty extended time down pit road as well. Now, out of these drivers, who is going to be the first off of pit road? Is anyone just going to take one set of tyres? I think it would be mad if you did. Track position would absolutely not be worth it. We come out, I think, pretty much exactly the same as we were. But, Justin Rodden, then Mike Jameson, then Mike Hamlin, Dave Hunt, Rick Helms, and Christian Rose. And we've got Chris Otto, who was able to get some damage repair done on his truck as well. Chris Papa in the 13 has also come into the pits. But the strategy he was running was effectively neutralized. By that caution. Is coming in again, probably for a little top off on fuel. Now we know it has been proven that you can make it from here. It's just whether it is quicker or not to pull into the pits and make a tyre change halfway through what would effectively be the second stage at this point. I mean, it was a very well-timed caution for our purposes. I see I'm currently focused on our leader, but Don Day is pent up behind the pace car. He wasn't able to get laps back, and he hasn't been able to pit actually. He's going to be let through now. As the lights are out on the official pace truck of iRacing. Getting it going here once again after 65 laps of the 120 lap race here at Iowa Speedway here for round 3 of the Midday Racing League Truck Series. Justin Rodden up 2 spots is going to have the button for the restart. And it is a good start for him. And look here, Chris Otto just about got the jump on Rick Helms. I think our question's been answered of how you managed to get past the 75 truck. It appears the only way to do so is via reacting quicker at the start. Back up here, first and second, we see the quickest lap time of the race. Last time round for Mike Jameson in the number 9 truck. He's going to be trying to take the lead back after relinquishing it by mistake. As now we have Dave Hunt and Mike Hamlin side by side. Hamlin in the 28 on the outside, trying to defend the final podium position. As the 53 is making that inside work a lot better than anyone else has so far. And given that that could be to do with these guys running a lot closer than anyone has dared to so far. And the relatively fresh tyres that they've got on their cars. It appears that Daniel Pearson has left the session. And unfortunately we will not be seeing the 21 out on track again. Evan Ethel is back into the pits after the unavoidable collision under caution. here. I must have missed this. Rick Helms back up into 5th position for now. He had just got past Chris Otto, and now has been passed once again. Christian Roast right behind him as well. These guys running 3 different lines. That's worked remarkably well for the 75 to get just about alongside the 7 truck. The 14 looks like he's got some good speed off of turn 4. Be able to roll it in deep enough into turn 1. Doesn't look like it, but he's going to be able to use that exit once again, following the 7 truck. Gets alongside at entry, but just not able to keep it there yet. He's getting closer and closer every time. He's been working this overtake for about 3 laps now. These two have just been side by side, and eventually the 14 is able to get past the 75 here for 6th position. Was able to get past the 75. Now he's trying to find a way past the 7. Chris Otto in front of him, who is up 6 positions. He started at the back and has been able to climb up through over half this field to be our current biggest mover of the day. Able to work his way onto the inside now. Truck number 7 trying a completely different approach to what worked on his last overtake, and just having to slot back up into line to lock the 75 truck from doing what he did to him. Helms was hard into the wall there, but doesn't seem to have slowed his momentum too much, as he's still trying to go on the attack here. And as the tyres start to wear off, you will start to see these trucks rolling towards that outside wall, which is a place you do not want to visit. That sometimes feels a little bit unavoidable here. But let's take a bit of an onboard view here from our third place driver. Try and find one with a decent enough camera view. And we'll go onto the classic cockpit, and I will stay quiet for a few minutes to let you enjoy the sounds of the race. And I will rejoin you here coming on to lap 94 of 120 for round 3 of the Midday Racing League Truck Series here at Iowa Speedway. Been slowly seeing the number 28 catching up to the 9. Justin Rodman in the 01 is able to get a little bit of a gap, just a bit of breathing room between himself and second place here as Mike Hamlin diving to the inside to make the move. Makes it look easy. I probably would have had some momentum off the turn, but seemingly choosing not to use it. Got an absolute battle going on here. Looks like Chris Otto may have made a mistake. Maybe going into the wall a touch, but he has dropped back to 7th rather than staying in 5th. Could still be 6th if he manages to get himself back past Rick Helms. Looks like just about will. Let's take a look back. Cause of this, yeah, looks like got into there. And as we come back, it unfortunately looks like he's zoned again, as Helm's able to fly past the number 7. So tyres feeling great on that. Take solace in the fact that crosses this line there. 21 laps to go of this race. It sounds like a lot when it's a 25-second lap. That flies by. Have a look back at our leaders here. Justin Rodden taking a very wide line through 3 and 4. About even on gap, first and second and third. Seeing here, one of Justin slowly but surely creeping up a bit of a gap behind him. Preying on Jamieson to get a bit closer to the 28, put some pressure on, and Dante pit lane. I think I saw that it was maybe slightly more dramatic than he hoped, just out the corner of my eye. Does get it slowed down and into the pit lane, but clearly those very old tyres of his not helping too much when it comes to slowing down. He's going to remain in that position. And now 14 laps to go. Number 9 is now pretty much right on the back of 28. About the same can be said for the 75 and 14 as well. Looking like we could get some interesting battles here. Towards 10 laps to go. Rick Helms here. Just sitting behind 14, waiting for the best time to pounce. Get back to top 5. Well, something's happened here. That's the way I'm going to choose to put it. Mike Hamlin now finding himself right behind Mike Jamieson as they go side by side now. I'm sure there'll be time to figure that out soon. I just saw the final screen go a little bit wild. I think the 28 back through there, so not sure exactly why. Let's find out. Try and pause it here. 28 was very slow. That'll be why. Whoa! Very nice drift moment off of turn 4. That's decided me an interview question. But now we are rolling with 5 laps to go here. As Rick Helms now starting his move on the number 14. Still very close behind as we're rolling with 3 to go. Now trying to make a move down the inside through 1 and 2. Going to get the better run off the turn. Require a little bit more of a send here for Rick Helms. Being very respectful and leaving plenty of room. As we are coming on to the final lap of the race here. And checkered flag is out. Justin Rodden comes home to win it, but let's stay here to see who gets 5th position. Christian Rose able to hold out in the end for 5th place. But overall, congratulations, Justin Rodden. Earned himself a 3. Get him just for you. Time. Like he's going to be doing a bit of a backwards victory lap here. Him in for an interview here. So, how are you feeling after that victory?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I felt like I probably could have got it last week in the Xfinity car at Chicago, but some unfortunate things happened, and to be able to come here at Iowa, who I was feeling really good about coming and getting a win, it feels awesome. It's been a while since I've had a win here with these guys.
Yeah, well, you got one today, and it was in pretty uneventful style. You looked like you had the pace for the whole race. Maybe not exactly the qualifying you would have hoped for setting yourself up for victory, but third place was still decent for that as well, and you made it work in the end.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then Mr. Mike Jameson that come in, he's a former racer with us, and he was the guy to beat there for the longest time, and to be able to run with him was awesome. And sticking nose to tail with him, I wasn't expecting that out the gate. I figured he'd pull away from me, but stick with him and then uh, getting by him and staying in front of him and Mike Hamlin both. Hamlin was hard charging there at the end as well as was sweating there at the end. I'll say that.
Yeah, it definitely looked like hard work out there on the tyres as well. How were they feeling towards the end?
At the end of the race, I felt like they were a little bit better than the first run, but going back and looking, the percentage of tire wear was the exact same. So I don't know how it was, just the feeling in my hands and everything. I didn't feel it getting nowhere near as loose as it was the first time, or as tight as well. So that definitely gave me a little bit more confidence to be able to get back into the throttle a little bit sooner than what I was late in the run compared to the first run before pit stops there.
Yeah, well, congratulations once again, and before I let you go, is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, thank you for broadcasting. Thank all you guys over there at Sim Racing Media. Thank you very much for for broadcasting. Christian Reeves for putting the league on. Thank him very much as well. Thank all my teammates over at Steel Horse Racing. Hopefully, some of those guys are watching the broadcast, and all the guys that are racing. Good race, one caution. That's great for a short track here. Everybody that's watching the broadcast as well. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Hopefully, it was entertaining for you.
Yeah, it certainly was, and I'll get you back to into the other room.
Thank you, sir. You have a good one.
You too. So that was our winner, and hey, look here. See if we can grab our second place driver, Mike Hamlin. Second place is a good result here, but what a save at the end there, coming off a 4.
Yeah, it was exciting for sure. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to save it. I tried getting on the throttle a little bit hard on the exit, and the right rear was just hot and irritated, and it was like, nope, we're just going to let go.
Yep, it definitely looked like that, but you got it saved in the end, so that was a good one, and I think some interesting battling there towards the end with the 9 as well.
Yeah, he seemed like he kind of smoked his right front tire. He's racing really hard at the beginning. I had more tire than he did at the end, so I was able to kind of drive around him, underneath him, which was nice. I don't think I had anything for Rooster. He had that top line working. He was hooked up pretty good on the exit of 3 and 4, and he just would make time on me. I'd catch him in 1 and 2, and he would just kind of pull back away. So I just really couldn't gain on him. He was hooked up pretty good today.
Yeah, it looked like a really interesting back and forth. Or to start with, a few drivers on tyre strategy coming in on lap 40. Was that ever a consideration for you to try and come in twice
No.
rather than once?
No, I was gonna try to go one stop. Less time you spend on pit road, the better. Unless we got a caution, is the only way that's gonna change. But for me, it was one stop and go.
Yeah, well, turned out to be the working strategy and out for you. So congratulations on the second. Before I let you go celebrate, is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, Mishmash Gaming for supporting me, and my buddy Jordan over at Full Sun Graphics that paints up my trucks and make them look pretty.
One. So I guess we will see you next week or week after.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day.
Yeah.
Well, then it does not look like I have Mike Jamieson in Discord. So that'll be it. Our race results here. Justin Rodden, Mike Hamlin, and Mike Jamieson rounding out podium, with Dave Hunt and Christian making up the rest of the top 5. Rick Helms, Chris Otto, Chris Papa, Don Day, and Evan Ethel rounding out top 10, and Daniel Pearson coming home in 11th place. So that'll just about do it for us here for round 3 of the Midday Racing League Truck Series here at Iowa. Congratulations to our podium finishers, and thank you everyone for watching.